When it comes to trying to win a race, a large factor that every driver must consider is race strategy. By perfecting your race strategy and using your tyres correctly through a race weekend, you will not only achieve the fastest race time possible, but it will also allow you to react to any race scenario you find yourself in. But when on earth should you pit? And which tyres should you choose? Well, here at Veloce, we have collected 5 easy tips to perfect your race strategy on F1 2020. Before we get into today's video, make sure you are subscribed to the Veloce Esports YouTube channel for more F1 2020 content. Tip 1, qualifying. When going into a race weekend, race strategy should be considered before you even set a qualifying lap. Choosing the most optimal tyre to start on can hugely impact your race strategy. As a reminder, you have 3 tyres to choose from during a race weekend: the soft, medium, and hard tyre. If you start in the top 10, you'll be starting on the tyre that you have qualified on. Typically during qualifying, most qualify on the quickest soft tyre. However, because this tyre is the softest, it means it degrades the quickest. Starting on an alternate harder tyre opens up more strategy opportunities to you, especially at tracks which have high degradation, where you have to pit rather early into the Grand Prix. Pitting early not only solidifies your strategy early into the race, but also increases the chance of you being held up in traffic. Word of warning though, qualify outside the top 10 on a harder tyre, and not only have you wasted a good race tyre in qualifying, but you've also put yourself in a bad starting position for the race. Tip 2, under and overcuts. Being able to craft your strategy on the fly whilst racing to the limit with your rivals is a big enough task as it is. However, being able to read your rivals' strategies can give you a big advantage during a race. If you find yourself on a similar strategy to the racers around you, then you have the ability to undercut or overcut your rivals. But what do these terms mean? Both of these terms allude to overtaking drivers in the pit stop window, and both have positives and negatives. An undercut is the act of purposely pitting earlier than your rival ahead to have fresher tyres, allowing you to push hard on your outlap so that when your rival eventually pits, they will come out behind you. Tread cautiously though, as this technique doesn't always pay off. An undercut lengthens your next stint, potentially leaving you with no tyres at the end of the race. Also, if you've come out in traffic, any extra time you've gained with the fresh tyres is completely wiped out as you battle through slower drivers behind, and opens you up to be overcut. An overcut is exactly the opposite of an undercut. Instead of pitting earlier than your rival, you pit later than your rival. Like with the scenario we've just discussed, if your rival has pit before you and come out in traffic, you can extend your stint, utilise the clean air, and come out ahead with fresh tyres. Tip 3, safety cars. Safety cars are the single biggest event in a race that can impact your tyre strategy. Why, might you ask? Well, when pitting under green flag conditions, you can expect to lose 20 to 25 seconds of race time whilst your tyres are being changed. Pitting under safety car conditions, however, you can expect to lose only 10 to 15 seconds of race time. This is because when the safety car has been deployed, everyone must travel at a significantly slower pace around the track. Even if this means pitting slightly earlier than you initially planned, this will save you a huge amount of time in the long run. Building on this, during a full safety car, the whole pack will have closed up, meaning if you decide to pit once the track is back to green flag conditions, you will lose a huge amount of track positions. Tip 4, tracks and positioning. Ever wondered why, no matter the race scenario, the best strategy at Monaco is a one-stop? This is because it is notoriously difficult to overtake on that circuit, meaning that track position is key when dictating your tyre strategy. Pitting an extra time compared to your rivals puts you in traffic, and whilst at other tracks it may be easy to slice through the traffic to pump in those purple sectors, at Monaco you'll find yourself frustrated looking at a rear wing. This is something you as a driver must consider going into every race when choosing tyre selection and strategy. Tracks such as Monaco, Hungary, and Australia are all circuits which typically don't have an abundance of overtaking opportunities. This is where you should consider a conservative race strategy that uses harder tyres to stop as little as possible. Tracks such as China, Monza, and Spa are all circuits which do see a lot of overtaking, allowing you to go for a more aggressive approach to your race strategy, stopping more often and using softer tyres. Tip 5, tyre management. For our final tip, we are going to talk about how to treat your tyres. Tyre management is a driver's enemy, but perfect the skill and you'll be caressing your tyres like a newborn baby. Saving your tyres not only allows you to extend your stints, but also allows you to push towards the end of the stints when performing undercuts and overcuts. Ways to save tyres effectively include careful throttle application in traction zones and smooth turning inputs going through high-speed corners. These techniques avoid excessive wear and overheating of the tyres. Furthermore, you as a driver need to learn not to use all of your toys too quickly. Pushing to the edge of grip from the word go significantly shortens your stint lengths. Taking your time with a fresh set of tyres extends your stints and allows you to use the grip when it is absolutely necessary. And that's it. Those were our 5 easy tips to perfect your race strategy on F1 2020. Are there any other things you would like help with? Let us know in the comment section below. And don't forget to subscribe to the Veloce Esports YouTube channel. But other than that, I've been Haydon from Veloce, and we'll see you next time.